Hi everybody, it's Story Deja Day here, and today I am guided to get on here and share with you guys. First of all, I'd like to say hello to family, soul family, and family of light, and guided this week to come on and speak about aspects and archetypes and the differences between the two. And okay, let's start this out with in 3D and 4D, or old Earth, old paradigm, the lower realms, old Earth, whichever one you choose to call it, all are valid. We had archetypes that we knew and identified with. These may be here's some of them, like a warrior archetype, a light worker is an archetype, starseeds are an archetype, old souls are archetypes. Let's see, there are many others. A teacher is actually an archetype, or can be an archetype. Archetypes, or like a world teacher. Let's see, there are many others, but you get the idea. Being an angelic archetype also. I identified some of the angelics as actual archetypes. There are many, and they were used to help us, assist us to identify with a personality characteristics that we wanted to assume, or attributes that we wanted to utilize from those archetypes. They're also used in psychology and philosophy and many different realms of study and knowledge. The archetype goes back to, there's a lot of archetypes in religious teachings, as well as psychology teachings. Let's see. Okay, so now that we have identified what some examples of what archetypes were used for in 3D and 4D, or in the lower realms, in old Earth, in the old paradigm, and I'm saying old, and some of you who are watching this may still be in the old programmings of old Earth. And when I say old Earth, I mean 3D, 4D. That's third dimension and fourth dimension. That's what most all of us were born into, those realms. And so I'm going to now, after you, okay, let's see how to explain this. After, or as you awaken, open your heart chakra, open your pineal gland, open your third eye. As all these things happen, you have a spiritual awakening, if you want to call it that, or an awakening. You start remembering, or knowing, or tapping into a different vibration, a different dimension, a different frequency of knowledge and wisdom, and truths and energies and feelings. As this occurs, that is when the soul actually begins to embody the physical body. Is when one has their awakening, if you want to call it. That's what it's been called for, so we're going to use that. It's actually also could be identified as having your DNA activates. So an awakening, or a DNA activation, or a light activation from the photonic codes coming in from the galactic core, from the great central sun, from source, from creator, from your higher self. I'm giving you multiple perspectives. That's why I'm naming so many different places. that these lights are coming from, these light codes are coming to the earth from our sun. These ascension energies. And those of you who have a religious background may have attributed the ascension with a word called the rapture. And this is also accurate for those in 3D and 4D. A rapture is happening, but in non-religious teachings and wisdom and knowledge, we call it ascension, or creating heaven on earth instead of some miraculous. Well, we'll say we're creating heaven on earth. The dimension already exists. That's a whole nother topic. Let me stick to the one I originally planned to speak about, which is aspects and archetypes. Many of us, as we awakened, associated with the archetypes of starseeds. Some of us, that was our first experience with or the warrior. That's another one. Light warriors, rainbow warriors. Let's see what some of the other ones. I don't know. Anyway, you get the idea. You can you may have identified with some of those. Also indigos and rainbow crystal beings. Those can also be attributed to archetypes as well, and in the lower dimensions. And many of us who have awakened and began our spiritual journey, which I'm coming to you from New Earth, from heaven on earth, from a higher dimension. And what that actually means is I didn't leave and go somewhere. I didn't, well, kind of. I did and I didn't. Okay. I didn't leave one earth and go to another, or did I? But where am I exactly? I am on new earth frequencies. I'm on new earth fifth dimension, which is new earth, galactic new earth timelines. And many of you may or may not have tapped into, connected to, or stabilized in the new earth fifth dimensional energies. It's much different than the energies and dimensions that we were born into or that we grew up in. So they are completely different and completely the opposite of the old energies. In the fifth dimension, everything works. The reality behaves differently. It's very interactive. Everything is different. Just for those of you who haven't gotten here yet, and you have found my video and decided to view it, that means you are well on your way. That is not by chance that you found my video and decided to see what I'm saying. It's all very synchronistic that you are here with me right now listening to this. So you must be awakened and ready to either ascend or learn, seeking knowledge and wisdom and answers about ascension and about awakenings and about starseeds, lightworkers. What other one did I say was? Oh, starseeds, lightworkers. Oh, old souls, and all these terms that were used in 3D and 4D. What I'm going to do today is evolve. Excuse me, got a hair on my mouth. We're going to evolve those terms that we all use, because as I awakened, I identified strongly with being a starseed. I was told by the Arcturians that I was a starseed, a soul from another planet. We've evolved way beyond that. Also identified with being a light worker, a grid worker, an indigo, the ultraviolet indigo, actually. Also identified with many of the star races and angelics and all these different archetypes. Okay, so So I not only identified with them, I began integrating, which is what will happen, what occurs, what is happening to us, as our soul used to be outside of us. Our higher self, our soul, used to be outside of us. It was still connected to us, but it wasn't really in the vessel in 3D and 4D. We were separated from God, source, our soul, our higher self, creator, God, and we sought it outside of ourselves. We looked outside of ourselves for that energy, for that. That's what the third dimension is, hell, if you will. It is complete separation from our creator, from your creator, my creator, from source, from God, from goddess, whatever you want to call it, whatever term you choose to use, it's all the same higher energy, coming from the same source that we all came from in this universe. Now, if you're from another universe, you might have a different source, but and some of us here are, so just want to include everyone. Okay, so what I'm guided to do today is begin evolving the archetypes. And by evolving the archetypes, to assist others in integrating the aspect that was the archetype in the lower dimensions, in the third dimension and fourth dimension. Okay, so in 3D and 4D, we woke up and realized we were starseeds, souls from other planets. We realized we were rainbow warriors. We were here to fight some fight against the government or society or whatever we were fighting back then. I'm not even sure. Ourselves mostly. We realized we were old souls, and identified with being old, tired, worn out, over it souls who had been through so much trauma and so many past lives that we were tired. Our souls were tired. Old souls were tired. Okay. And so that is the way of it in the third dimension, fourth dimensional energy. So as we begin activating our DNA, taking in more light from our sun, from source, from our higher self, and our soul begins to embody the physical, the vessel. It also activates our light body, which a light body means different things, and I may go into that a little bit in a little bit as well. What actually having a light body actually means. Okay. So, I'm going to evolve the archetypes of the lower dimensions for us, as guided by my universe, my higher self, my soul, which is me, because it's fully embodied. Yay! And I'm sure some of you guys are too. And if not, this video is aimed, well, I shouldn't say aimed. This video is expected. That's not a good word either. This video is hopefully will help you with discovering how to integrate more of your aspects. Okay. Okay. The starseed archetype that's used in the third dimension and fourth dimension. Once you get to 5D, that archetype is evolved to star being. You are a star being. You're not a star seed anymore. Your seed has grown and you have sprouted into a star being. So you are the star race. You hold all of the energetics, knowledge and wisdom, and codes, DNA activations of the starseed races. Now, many of you, we associated with or were strongly predominant with one starseed race one star race or another. Arcturian, Pleiadian, Lyran, Sirian, Andromedan, Orions, Series B, Series A. There's many. and it goes way beyond that. Those are just some of the main ones that a lot of us identify with. But if I didn't name one that you predominantly identify with, know that it's included. All of them are. So, well, the Venetians from Venus, very a lot of those here as well. Okay, so as you ascend and rebirth, shift into the fifth dimension, you will no longer need to refer to yourself as a star seed anymore. You become a star being, a galactic, or a celestial being. All of those are higher vibrational, higher frequency words that we can use to identify us in our ascended fifth dimensional and beyond self. And the only reason I'm breaking it down for us is because just to help you understand. There's no labels needed. There's no labels or names or ages don't matter here. All these things, we kind of lose interest in them. But in order to help others with a more ascended or higher frequency or higher light, I'm speaking light here, a higher light quota of words and terms for us to use, so that you can feel the difference when you say it. When you say, I'm a star seed, or you say, I am a star being. Try it and see which you see the difference in the energy of saying one or the other. Okay, so okay, let's see, which one am I going to do? Oh, the old souls. I was guided. This is what started this, actually, as the old soul group community on Facebook. I noticed that the old souls in there were, a lot of them were very caught up in some energy of being stuck in past life trauma, depressed, suicidal, drugs, just not awake. But they were resonating with the old soul, the word, the old soul. And I too, as I was awakening and going through my shift and ascension and raising my consciousness, used to say I was an old soul as well. And in fact, probably up till very recently, I used to say I was an old soul. Cryon used it a lot too. But I realized that the energy, part of the energy of saying you're an old soul is connected to 3D and 4D, and that when you get to I noticed that when you get to the fifth dimension, galactic new earth, Gaia, whatever you want to call it, all of those terms are accurate, that the energy of the old soul was not valid anymore. I don't consider myself an old soul. I consider myself actually a brand new one. But even beyond that, I would actually more accurately describe it as an ancient guardian, or an elder guardian would be more accurate. An elder earth guardian, or an ancient guardian soul. It holds a lot more empowerment if you say it. Lose the old soul term. It carries the old energy of the old earth. So we're evolving that to the ancient guardian or elder guardians. And also, let's see. Oh, the indigos and the crystals, and some of those beautiful archetypes that we all came to embody and associate with, that helped us so much on our journey. The characteristics and understanding who we are, and the differences between us and others, and there needs to be no differences, but they did help empower many to understand their soul's journey, and such beautiful archetypes that they were, or descriptions of the souls associated with those color rays, which are awesome. And we don't have to lose that. You can still associate with whatever color ray you want to, but know that when you get to the fifth dimension, you will embody them all of the rays of creation. You're not just going to be an indigo or one color ray or a blue ray. You're going to be all of the rays. It kind of you will embody and get coded in, receive all of the colors of creation within you, seen or unseen, will be in your light body. So you won't just be an indigo. So it's limiting to say at this point in time during Ascension that you are just an indigo or just a blue ray or all of that. Those terms are a little bit old earth and old paradigm 3D and 4D terms. So we're going to elevate those and become and say all of those beautiful souls that were that are going to evolve to be ancient future beings from the ancient future, meaning your ancient and the future has merged, which is essentially what the indigo energy really is. It's a very new soul that holds the consciousness, the wisdom and the knowledge, the gifts, attributes, and talents from the ancients. So you're from the ancient future. So we're going to evolve the indigos and the crystals and the rainbows and the diamonds and all those to ancient future souls. And this is an aspect that we all embody and integrate and embody as we ascend and begin to live and walk on New Earth and Galactic New Earth. So that's another one. Okay, let's see if there's any more that I've guided to evolve with us today. Oh, light worker. How can we, let's see. I need to evolve the light worker to, okay, so a light worker in 3D and 4D means someone who has taken it, has dedicated, devoted, committed themselves to hold light for the earth, for humanity. And it even sounds tiring because you're saying a light worker. That means there's work to do. Well, when you get to the fifth dimension, New Earth, you shift, transcend into the fifth dimension. Yes, there still is stuff to do, work to do. But we're going to evolve the term light worker to grid keeper, would be one way to do it. Or, actually, grid keeper is good. Also, we can evolve it to, what was I going to say? We're going to evolve it to, let's see that word. Oh, I know what we can do. Evolve it to, expanded light being. So you're not a light worker anymore. You're just you've just became light. You've just activated your light body, so you're a light being again. And so just by being, you're doing your work. You don't have to do anything particularly. I mean, please do keep doing whatever you do to assist humanity. I'm not saying to stop. Unless you're guided to stop, then by all means stop and enjoy being a light being and holding frequencies. Yes, a frequency holder would be kind of another like higher evolved version of a light worker. Light bearer even would be a little bit more higher vibrational than saying I'm a light worker, because once you get into the fifth dimension and the Galactic New Earth, there what we used to call work or service in the 3D and 4D totally shifts to a different type of purpose. The purpose gets very ascended as well and elevated. So there's not as the work we're doing, if you can call it that, would be to embody your soul. Fully embody and integrate your aspects and hold the frequencies of the new earth, and purify your vessel, your body, in every way that you can, so that through changes in diet, changes in location if need be, to get rid of all the bad habits, eating habits, and or anything else toxic that you might have put into your vessel. I'm not going to go into all of it because you guys know what you do and don't do. To purify all of that from your vessel so that your body is high vibrational enough that it can keep integrating these higher light frequencies, because they get higher and higher and higher as we go. So it's important that you be able to, that we be able to, everyone be able to hold and integrate those higher aspects, those higher light codes, photonic codes, gamma codes, diamond light codes, ascension energies, shifting energies, that are coming into the earth. And I'm sure everyone knows about the shift of the earth, whatever you want to call it, shift, ascension, the rapture, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same thing, and we are in the midst of it and have been since way before 2012. But it's really amped up. What is the amount of light that we have available, especially once you start tapping into and begin trying to stabilize in the fifth dimensional energies. Having a purified vessel through eating live foods. I always go into this, you know I'm going to do it. Eating live foods, a pure diet, a pure nutrition, so that your beautiful vessel can hold this light, so that you can ascend and keep shifting dimensions with the earth. Now the earth is already way beyond fifth dimension and beyond. We're tapping into unprecedented dimensions at this point. It is so beyond what I ever even dreamed would be going on dimensionally, being able to, because once you get to the fifth dimension, all others are available. You directly connect to source after that, and it's all wide open, and it doesn't really matter what dimension at that point. But just know and remember, wake up, remember that you came here to you came here, everyone watching this video, no one's excluded. We, I, you, all of us, we incarnated here with the intention, with the purpose of ascending with the earth, whether we remembered it until just now or we remembered it 10 years ago, that we are to wake up and leave behind all of those old habits, old emotions, old relationships if need be, old jobs, old whatever, old earth energies, anything still holding on to that old earth where it's about greed, hate, separation of any kind of separation. We're all one. We are not separated. And in order to get to the fifth dimension, new earth, heaven on earth, you must remove all separation from inside. So separation outside as well would give you a clue that there is still separation inside if you're experiencing separation from source, soul, or your higher self externally. But that's a whole nother video. Okay. So I hope that this has helped explain some, or give us all some light words that we can use for in our communications with others, describing who we are, what we are, and simply changing your vocabulary will definitely assist in elevating your light quota. Not using those old earth terms and words and labels. And so we're going to elevate those labels into higher aspects, higher light frequency words, and begin using them. Hopefully, hopefully this will assist many collectives that are connected to those old earth archetypes, words, and just changing the word of it, how you speak to others. If someone asks you, if you're an indigo, you can say, no, but I'm from the ancient future. Are you a light worker? No, I'm a grid worker. No, I am a expanded light being. I'm not a light worker. I'm a light being. Are you a starseed? No, I'm a star being. I am a galactic. I am a celestial being. I guess my dog liked that. Okay, so hopefully this helped some of you to ascend and shift your terms, words, linear words today. And let's see, is there anything else we wanted to go into today? Oh, definitely always remind everybody on every video to decalcify your pineal gland. Research. I have done many videos about it. Research, Google, check into supplements, herbs, foods, vitamin supplements, these things like this to take on a regular basis for as long as it takes to fully decalcify the pineal gland and assist the endocrine system, the pituitary gland, and the thymus to work at their highest potentials, so that you can rapidly activate your DNA, clear distortions, and receive, integrate, translate, and utilize all of the light that is coming in, that is available from our beautiful source, from Creator. Oh, and also remember about, we get so caught up sometimes in the whole journey of ascension and all the different paths and things that we're doing here on the planet. But it's really about, when you get right down to it, what does ascension mean? And from an open-hearted, ascended being, it means finding out, finding out. It means reconnecting yourself, your heart, your soul, your pineal gland, your pituitary gland, your vessel, your consciousness back to source, back to Creator, back to God, back to Goddess, back to your higher self. All of those things are accurate. And what a beautiful journey it is that we're all able to reconnect to source, that which we thought, some of us might have thought didn't exist. It puts a whole new frequency, a whole new feeling, a whole new perspective on what God is, or Goddess is, or our Creator is. Because once you are reconnected to that, and it's not outside of you anymore, it's inside of you, and you are Source incarnated, you are God, Goddess incarnated, you are Creator incarnated, you have Creator consciousness, you have tapped into it and reconnected to it. Everything about your whole life changes. Everything about your body, everything about your consciousness, everything. When you get that spark of Source and Creator back inside of you and you ascend, it is gorgeous and beautiful and profound. I can't even have any words for you that could accurately describe what it feels like to be reconnected to Source and to Creator again. And that's really what this is all about. The ascension is getting to the fifth dimension, is being able, actually reconnecting to Source, to God, to Creator, to your higher self, to your soul, that which you were not connected to in 3D and 4D. You're not connected to it at all. It is outside of you and just a faint hint of something out there. And once you get to the galactic new earth, or fifth dimension and above, new earth, heaven on earth, it is inside of you. You say it. Source is inside of you. Creator's inside of you. God, Goddess is inside of you. You activate that God particle, the star particles, source particles. in your vessel, and everything in your life changes. Everything about who and what you thought you were, that does not resonate with the new earth and the fifth dimension and beyond, heaven on earth, falls away and doesn't matter anymore, and you begin to elevate your every aspect of your life, your diet, your relationships. You don't have emotions anymore. You have beautiful feelings. You can feel everything, and it feels wonderful. And there's so much more to it. I could go on and on. But that is the reason why we incarnated here, is to reconnect ourselves to Source, to our Creator, so that we can ascend, so that our soul is not reincarnating here. Recycling is another way to put it, over and over. Because once you ascend from this realm, your soul ascends. That means you are not stuck in the reincarnational cycles anymore. And that opens up a whole new everything for when you do leave this planet, in whatever way you chose to leave at some point. We all chose different ways to exit these realms, and please don't rush out, anyone. Please stay and enjoy the heaven on earth, because we're just getting started. It's just getting good, and it's getting every day, every month, every year that has gone by since my spiritual awakening has just gotten better and better. If you're in the part of the journey where you're clearing out, releasing old traumas and abuses, or old emotions, and even this life or past life, bad habits and relationships or jobs or people from your life, don't give up. It's way worth it to, or you can't really give up because your higher self's not going to let you, but know that there is, new earth is created. New earth it's been available for a long time. It's just taken a while for enough of us to get here, that those who walk in that energy, in that consciousness, that pure lucid consciousness, connected to Source, connected to God, connected to Creator, connected to Goddess, connected to ourselves, all those things. Enough of us got here and has the connection in our heart to be able to get on YouTube or get on Facebook or get out in your community and share that energy with others, shine that light, activate others, help assist others in realigning to the journey of ascension, and help. It also is helping others activate their DNA, clear karma, clear sicknesses and diseases, and all these different things that are part of the ascension process. You don't want to miss it. It's so profoundly wonderful, and my life has changed so much during my ascension journey. I can't even begin to tell you. I was just like everybody else in 3D and 4D. I was struggling and having, well, we don't want to go back into all that, but I was struggling and had many obstacles that I created for myself that I had to release and clear out of my life, and many people had to go. Many relationships had to end, friendships, many jobs had to go, many bad habits, many ideas and beliefs. Big one is beliefs. Big one is beliefs. Many beliefs that I had about the world, about myself, about what reality was, had to go, had to be wiped clean. My template had to be wiped clean. And now I'll speak a few minutes about beliefs, because in the fifth dimension, this is very important. In the fifth dimension, in these new energies, whether you have fully rebirthed and ascended into stabilized fifth dimension, new earth, heaven on earth, whatever you want to call it, whether you have actually rebirthed and are completely stabilized in that energy yet, the energies have changed on how reality works. It is no longer fixed like it was in 3D and 4D. Okay, this is how it works, and many of you may know this, but this is very accurate, and I know it to be truth. Okay, what you believe. Okay, what you believe becomes your external reality. What you believe in here, your belief system, no matter what it is. Okay, so it becomes your external. It's projected out and creates your reality. So you will give. So if you have to see things before you believe it, that doesn't work. You have to, in fifth dimension, you have to believe it in order to see it. It's reversed. Everything in the fifth dimension, the galactic new earth timelines, heaven on earth, is reversed from what it was in the third dimension. I love this crystal. It is reversed. So here's a little tip for everybody. And also, what you say creates your reality as well. So what you believe creates your reality. What you believe, what your beliefs are. So a good thing to do would be to really sit down with yourself or with your significant other, or however you want to do it, with your whoever you feel compelled, or guided, I shouldn't say compelled, whoever you feel connected to. And maybe if you have a significant other, you might want to sit down with them and do it together. But anyway, do it with yourself. If not, sit down and really get in touch with what your beliefs are, because you probably don't even realize how deep the roots are on a lot of your beliefs in your everyday experiences. Like if you believe that you must age every year and get older and look older and be older and feel older, then that's what's going to happen. If you believe that you can reverse age, quantum youth, that you can become younger, instead you can reverse age. If you believe that, if you really believe that, then that's what's going to happen. That's a thing. That's just one. Also, let's see, what's another belief that most people have? Okay, I've got a visitor. My fairies are here. I love it when they show up. Let's see, what, I don't even want to say a belief that someone else has, but you know you have many. Let's see. I figured out recently that I believed that I can't even think. What do I believe? That's good. It's good. I don't even know what I believe, and that's great. Okay, so just I was going to give you an example, but I'm like, I don't even know what I believe. That's good. I've been trying to clear out. I've cleared out all my old beliefs so that they wouldn't affect my reality. If you believe that, this is kind of silly, but I'm just going to say it as an example. If you believe that everyone is out to rip you off, is for something to say. If you believe that everyone you meet is untrustworthy and should be looked at with suspicion, then you are creating for yourself that others will be out to rip you off. And so you're going to get evidence of that all the time by people trying to rip you off because you believe that everyone is. Now, if you can erase that belief and believe the opposite of that, then that's what you will get. I know it's hard. It's a hard one when these core beliefs really are deeply ingrained in us. And we have so many that we don't even realize that we have. But that's just an example. If you believe that your wife, girlfriend, husband, whatever, is cheating on you, or all men are pigs, or I'm just making stuff up, and I don't even like saying those words, but I'm just saying, I'm just picking up stuff from other dimensions that I've heard people say, and those are not my beliefs by any means. But if you actually believed that stuff, that that someone's told you or someone said, then you're going to create that in your reality. So don't let others and what they say, what their beliefs are, interfere with what you believe, what your heart believes, what your soul believes, because everything that you believe becomes your reality. So you really want to get in touch with everything that you believe. And this goes with anything. Anything can be changed and leveled up. If you believe that doing 5 sit-ups a day, but you have to really believe it. If you believe that doing only 5 sit-ups a day, 5 jumping jacks, is all the exercise you need, and you'll have the perfect body from doing that. If you believe that, you have to believe it. Now, you can't just, but if you really believe that, then that is what your reality will express on the outside. Then that means that that's all you would have to do to stay in perfect shape. Isn't that amazing? That is how the new energies work, though. And it's a process of being able to believe, to change your beliefs into a reality that is easy to work with and flows really well for you. So you kind of have to start small in changing your beliefs. But a good thing to do is to write down, make belief bubbles. Get a piece of paper, write down bubbles of beliefs, and write down things that you maybe you don't believe them yet, but you want them to be true. Like anything, ever how you want to do it. I believe I'm moving to the mountains next year, near a stream, and I'm going to have a spiritual retreat for others to come and experience and help assist others in their transition and their rebirthing into the new earth. I believe this. Okay, that's my belief. I'm going to put it in a bubble, and I might tell myself that every day. I believe, I know, I believe that is what's occurring. So that's just an example too. You can put your beliefs, if you believe that you can earn a magnificent, abundant prosperity from doing art, if you believe that. And sometimes you have to tell yourself this over and over every day for a while in order to instill the belief in you. But if you believe that you can make a beautiful, wonderful, prosperous, abundant life by doing what your passion is, which is art or whatever it may be, if you believe that, if you really believe that, then that is what reality will give you. Oh, also, here's another one. What you focus on, you create as well. So if you're focused on things that you don't, like if you are focused on things you don't want to create, you're still creating them. Okay, so if you're sitting there noticing everything that's wrong with what someone else is doing, if you're noticing, I'm not saying that anyone's doing anything wrong, but if you're sitting around looking externally for things wrong in your reality, and you keep focusing on something that you don't particularly like or appreciate in your reality, realize that you created it, first of all, by noticing it. Okay, the more you notice it, the more it's going to keep happening. Also, let's see, be careful of your words and how you word things. Like what you say, you create. So make sure you speak with awareness of what your words are. Choose your words wisely, because you're creating everything that you say. If you say you don't feel well one day, instead of going and telling everybody, oh, I feel terrible, whatever, don't do it. Don't do it. No one needs to know. You're probably used to going and telling others this, so that someone may know why you're not up and moving around or whatever. But instead, say out loud, say to yourself over and over, I feel great today. My head feels wonderful. So if you have a headache, instead of saying, I have a headache, and going and telling everybody or whatever, don't speak it. Say, my head feels great. I feel wonderful today. I am in no pain today. Say the opposite, then that's what you're creating. So then it opens you up to the for the universe, your higher self, to give you that. Also, be aware that there are limitless potentials available for you, and for all of us, unlimited possibilities and potentials that we haven't even dreamed of yet. So they're available, and we want to not limit ourselves either. So anytime that you're asking or praying, meditating, manifesting, whatever you want to call it, doing magics, whatever you do to create your reality or to make changes in your reality, affirmations, make sure that you always leave room for something better than what you can even imagine. Universe, I desire this or something better. Always leave room for something better and verbalize the something better, so that, or something, or a higher potential. So that you can get, say, if you were trying to manifest or materialize $100. I'm just giving you an example, just a silly example. Okay, $100, but instead of just ask for $100 or something better, I always see something better, because what if your universe had a line for you $1,000? But you just said you wanted 100, so that's all you get. So make sure you leave the potentials open for something better, a higher potential. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, what else? Okay. Before I go, I was gonna close out and I didn't. Okay, I'm about to now. Okay. Thank you everyone for being with me, family of light, and also, here's another one too. I upgraded the word hello, HELLO. I upgraded and ascended that long ago to heaven-o. Hell-o is like a 3D and a 4D greeting. It has the word hell in it. We don't want that anymore. So let's say heaven-o instead. So when I greet everyone, and most of you who have received messages from me on Facebook and stuff like that, I always say heaven-o instead of hello. Another word that I have upgraded. There are many more, and I'll share some more later, but the aspects and the archetypes were some of the main ones. Speaking light. Switch your words, change your linear way you express yourself, and see if your reality doesn't change and your own vibration, your own frequencies changes. It feels better. It feels better to be an expanded light being. It feels better to be a star being. It feels better to be an ancient elder guardian. It feels better to be from the ancient future. It feels better to be, what else does it say? Oh, I don't even remember. Anyway, it feels better to say heaven-o, everyone, instead of hello. And every once in a while, I might accidentally say hello, but heaven-o. Let's say heaven-o. Story DJ Day says heaven-o, and pew, pew, pew. Love bombs to everyone from my heart. Infinity loop to your heart. I love you. I love you. I love you. And decalcify that pineal gland, everybody. Don't forget that. It's so important, the endocrine system. Okay. Let me read an activation before we go. Always like to, maybe next time I might do some toning, because I noticed the energy of toning is magnificent and powerful, and even my pets seem to like to join in and tone with me. They get to howling and stuff so much. Hopefully one day I can get that on video for you, so you can see Story DJ Day and her chihuahuas toning, and the vibrations and the frequencies that come through the body during toning. Magnificent. Okay, all right, let's do the activation. Let me pull that up, see what we got going on here. Let's see. What is this? Okay, sorry. It takes me 1 minute to pull it up. I have those already written and in a spot on that I have saved on my phone so that I can read them. That way I can read them accurately. I'll put my glasses on so I can see better. Okay. All right. This one is Dragon Codes. Been a lot of ancient elder guardian dragon energy this lately. So here, get back out of the way. Okay. All right, so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, dragon codes. Cosmic aspects. Okay, let me put it right here so I can read it. Okay, cosmic aspects. Walking in. Uh-oh. Let me start over. I apologize. I never do editing, so this is just raw. This is how you get it. Okay. Alright, dragon codes. Cosmic aspects. Walking in. Anchor these sets of twins. Flip the switch. Upgrade our template. Come online. Galactic selves with elate wings. Grooves in our crystallinity. Ruby record keepers I hold. Monophonic evolves to multiple soul tones. Textures felt played. Light body songs. Chromatic scale sequences. Partnerships evolved. Both blueprints transformed and involved. Symmetry. Turning points in the fabric of realities. Scales, notes, non-linear frequencies. We hold an immense amount of power. Anchor the pillar of light. Rebuilding our tower. Flaming codes. Purification of cellular memory debris. Feathery serpent dragon elders. Ancient vows remembered I decree. Yay! Okay, and I will list the words to the activation in the description below. Let's see if there's one more that wants to come through for us today. Heaven no. Okay, let me see. See what we got here. I know there's one. I'm sure there is. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can get to it fast enough so it won't hold up the video. Oh yeah, we're almost there. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's a good one. Alright, this one, Peacock Flock Elders, Rise. Reintegration, multidimensional, crystallize. Diamond Fire, drops, I command. Totalize. Founder ET races, evolve benevolent interfaces. 0 point field, pure knowingness I wield. Blueprint, reactivate. Master translator, source template. Reestablishing integrity, altruistic. Consciousness codes, heart of creation. Translation of light, uncensored cognation. Electromagnetic truth opens inside the DNA. Dancing, photonic streams of the triplet ray. Full spectrum, sonic electrum. Mother of form, magnetic storm. Father of consciousness, endocrine ingress. Great Mahagaya, tantra of creation, the supreme organizing principle. Rhythmic kundalini pulsations, rippling through alignments. Luminous coherent intertwinements. Neurocaustic interplay. Resonant hypervortex geometry. Creative frequency of love. Activates light body matrix. Perpetually rising above. Fully reconnected biocircuitry. The one constant infinity. Have a good one this week, everyone. Family of light. Pew, pew, pew. Love bombs and light rays from Story's heart to yours. Bye.